Hello, Kako. Knock, knock. Portuguese burglar. Okay, I think I start with a joke. You guys don't know how nervous I am right now. But anyway, I'd like to say mahalo for that introduction. It was true. I gotta explain something to you right now. The shades. I always wear them. It's the first time really in public that I'm not wearing them. And I'm gonna put them on because, you know, people say, why you wear them? I'm not stoned, I'm not high, you know, I'm not cross-eyed or nothing. But what it is, you know, take care of your contacts. Your eye get infected, and then after that, you get light sensitive. So right now, this eye is sore, so I can put the shades on. So I'm not being rude, just, you know, bear with me. That's, you know, I'll go take them off when I can and put them on when. But I'd like to first of all say that mahalo ya oko apau no kia hui ana mahalo I kia kua. Nana no I hawi a kako apau I ka mea na kalena na manao I loko ko kako mau kino. Mahalo I na kupuna, mahalo I na ohana a me ka poe o Hawai'i. Mahalo ya oko apau. And please, you know, I know this might, you know, look formal, but, you know, if I talk you too fast, just raise your hand and say, slow down, okay? Because the Hawaiian in me, like, get my Manoa across, but the Portuguese in me might be talking a little bit too fast. Okay, and I gotta stand like this because the mic is low. But anyway, it's true what Sister's saying, because when they told me to do this, I was like, yeah, shoot. Then after I was like, bro, what am I going to say? 20 minutes. I don't know what I'm going to say. I have no idea. I mean, I know Mele this, you know, I know when we perform, it's easy to get up there, do the music, go off and, you know, have fun. But then when I got to speak in front of people about what we do, and I was having second thoughts, but I was like, okay, I wrote down my outline. Next day I change them. Next day I change them. And if you guys ask Lani girl, I was in the car coming over here changing them. And some of the stuff I'm going to say, she gave me the idea for say. So, and I was taking notes down here earlier. Not to be rude, but the brothers back home said, you know, go learn, listen, learn, bring back the Manoa, because we're working on our third CD, and what we do is take the Manoa from where we go and the people we meet, and we try and put that in our music. So that's what I was doing. Okay. My name is Dano Ke'ala Kawa'auhau Jr. I was born in Hilo. My family, my dad's side come from Kona. My grandma was Grace, and I married Kawa'auhau. And my mom is from all over Maui, and wherever the Portuguese is from, that's where my mom's family is from. Like Amy, I pulled a lighter part of the family. And when I say lighter, I don't mean weight-wise, I mean skin-wise. Oh, I'm doing all right, no? Okay, I'm Hawaiian, Portuguese, Puerto Rican, with Irish, so that may explain some of the reason why I act like how I act and I do what I do. And first of all, I started already, but before I go on, I might say some things that may offend some people, and what I say and what I feel is the experiences I've learned and I've gone through since I've, you know, graduated, and even before I graduated from high school. And one thing I learned is never to apologize for what I feel and what I say. But if I do offend anybody, you know, that means they're talking about you. Okay. If there's one person or there's one group of people I do apologize to, and that's the kupuna, because, you know, you're supposed to, you know, malama and respect. And plus, my father would kill me if he found out that I disrespected kupuna. So anyway, I'm here as a spokesperson for Sudden Rush. Just so I know who knows. Anybody not know who we are? You guys? That's what we are is we're a music group, but we do music in a rap style, and what we do it with the Hawaiian Mana'o, with Hawaiian lyrics, and with because that's what we are and that's where we live. And at first, when we started out, was like, I knew the brothers. They was from Big Island, and you know, they was doing their rap thing. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna try to write this rap song. So I wrote a rap song. I said, hey, it sounds pretty good. And at that time, you know, I was learning Hawaiian language, so I tried to put the two together, and then I did this, and I wrote this Hawaiian verse to this song, and I tried them to my friends. And they pretty much liked it. So I was like, oh, maybe, maybe this is, something can happen with this. But before doing that, see, I went my whole life to St. Joseph High School in Hilo, believe it or not. And where all the Portuguese go. And I love that school, and I'm glad my parents did send me to that school. But there was no Hawaiian language being taught in that school, and there was some Hawaiian history, but it was just the history that was taught in all the other schools, the basic, we were annexed this time, we became a state here, happy 4th of July, that kind of stuff. And my father never grew up learning the language. He knew some words, he was a brother of 12 brothers and sisters, and grandma just, at the time she was growing up, it was not pono to speak Hawaiian back then, okay? And my dad tried to tell me some stories, but at the time I just never cared. I just wanted to play basketball, go out, check out girls, and do whatever. And when I realized how important it was, my culture itself and my race, my Hawaiian blood was after I graduated high school. And the reason is because I went to high school, I got a basketball scholarship, started playing, but I was happy. I majored in in secondary education. But then partying too much caused me to have a low grade for an average. My mom always wanted me to make the dean's list, and I did, but it was just the wrong list. So after that, I said, you know what, I gotta go back to school. So I went back to school, I got my stuff together, and I had to take a language. And I said, okay, you get Spanish, Japanese, French, whatever, and then get Hawaiian. I said, you know what, I'm gonna take Hawaiian. I gotta take one language. I'm gonna take 1 year of Hawaiian because that's what I am, and this is Hawaii, so might as well. I'd say 2 weeks, 3 weeks into the program, my first teacher was Lokahi Antonio. I don't know if you guys know who that is. 3 weeks into the program, I dropped everything. I said, I'm changing my major. I learned in Hawaiian language. I learned in my culture, because the way he taught and going to the parties that the teachers would attend. No, I don't mean that kind of parties, but like going to the functions that, that all the teachers were there. I was like, wow, this is deep. And I started learning more about, where I came from as a person, my race, my culture. And as I began to learn more about what happened to the language, that it was outlawed, that you couldn't speak it, really pretty much when, excuse my language, but it pissed me off pretty much that you couldn't, kalamai na keiki, and I couldn't believe that was happening. So anyway, from there, I took 2 years of language, and then we decided to do this rap thing. And if you guys don't know, rap music originated in New York. It was Brooklyn. It was the black people that originated. I'm not politically correct either. So a lot of times I'm not correct, but anyway. They originated rap music, and what it was is message from the streets that was being said that people in the mainstream media and in the mainstream music did not hear. And people always thought, oh, they're just talking. All they're doing is talking. They're just telling poems real fast. But they wasn't really understanding that the way the people were saying and what the people were saying was deep, and it was what they lived. And so with that, it spread, and now rap is gaining a global interest. So when I started doing this, when we got together, I approached, some of the kumu, some of the kupuna, and I asked them, I said, I get this Hawaiian rap, what you think about them? Some people was like, oh, that's nice, That's good. A lot of people were more verbal, like, why are you doing rap in Hawaiian? When the word wannabe came out, you and wannabe, you like be black? Or why you not sing Hawaiian? And I told them one of the main reasons is I cannot sing. I love Gabby, I love all this. Well, I don't want to say I cannot totally sing. I love them, but I cannot sing like them. I can sing like Elvis and Frank Sinatra, but I don't like them. So, So I was stuck in a dilemma. Then when this rap thing came out, and people started liking it, I said, yeah, this is perfect. So anyway, let me know if I'm talking too fast here. We got together, we did our first CD. The other two guys, they were starting Rush, and when I joined, we joined our Manoa. And it was good because they had their, the word is hip hop, it's like the style of music. They had that going for them, I had the Hawaiian going for me. And I think on our own, we wouldn't possibly be able to do what we're doing today. So when we joined, we helped each other out, and it came out to be what you guys hear today. Okay, wait, I gotta check my notes. Okay, another thing is, I remember before I learned Hawaiian, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say this now, but that's how I felt. A lot of people that I know who talked Hawaiian, to me, they looked like they were talking condescending, they were like looking down at me because I didn't know. It's kind of like, when you watch Jeopardy, anybody watch Jeopardy? And Alex Trebek, he get the answers right there, right? And when he get like when French were a jury, he talked regular English, like, this was said back in 1980 by La Fleur de Fiche Bleu. Like he tried to pronounce the French real like the kind. And when people used to say, oh yeah, going the other day I was in Kawa'auhau. And I was like, wow, why are you talking like that? But then when I started taking the language and I realized, hey, that's how you say them. This, go on the table and you say, Mom, can I put the food on the table? You like me to take off my gleases, that's just how it is. The Hawaiian language was meant to be said that way, and then I realized, like, wow, this is how you're supposed to say it. So anyway, took a couple years, Hawaiian language. Third year I took a couple times. And I think to me, the biggest change that happened in my life was when I started working with Punana Leo Ohilo. Because it was amazing to me how these kids came to school in September, not knowing a word of Hawaiian. By January, they were speaking Hawaiian. And to be part of that process was just amazing to me. And even till today, it's amazing to see these kids talking like in a way that I never could talk, until I took it in college. And I always say, I'm glad to live in a day and age where I can scold the kids for talking English in school. Okay. A lot of times, well, not a lot of times, but a couple times, we always get people coming up to us and telling us that, mahalo and thank you for what we're doing, and we totally appreciate that. There's few times when somebody comes up and tells us negative stuff, so I have no idea why. They wouldn't tell something negative to our face, but anyway. There are certain people saying that, you shouldn't be doing this. A lot of the stuff that, a lot of the language and the culture is so sacred that you guys putting it to this type of music is degrading it and making it less powerful. And from what I say to that is I respect their opinion totally. Like, I hope you guys respect my opinion, but my mom told me, you guys know what opinions is like. It's like the okole. Everybody has one and they all stink, so. But anyway. What I was talking about? That. So I told them, I said, if you want to go there, to term that phrase, I tell them, we cannot move forward without remembering the past. That's the main thing. What we do is a type of modern music that is heard nowadays, but if we ever forget the past and where we all came from and the instruments that they use, the oli that we use, the transportation that we use, then we're just superficial and we're only doing what we're doing for superficial needs. We got to remember where we came from. So doing that, I tell them, that's true. Maybe, if everybody thought like how you thought and saying we cannot do these songs in a modern way, then we shouldn't do the songs with guitar. We shouldn't do the songs with bass. We shouldn't do the songs with ukulele. We shouldn't do the songs with piano, because all those were not instruments that Hawaiians had. The instruments that they had were beautiful enough. But as time went on, what Hawaiians did was they took these instruments, they took these styles of music, made it their own, and in my opinion, made it more beautiful than what they started with. So hopefully, that's what we try to do. We as Southern Rush try to do it. We do it with the rap mana'o. And one thing that we really, was pointed out earlier, we do not know, or we did not realize until now, how much influence that the music has on people. When we first did our first CD, if you listen to some of the songs, the thing about rap music is you have to be true to yourself. If you lie you're not credible. You gotta be true with what you know. And at that time, it was partying, going out, getting into trouble, but we were still learning our Hawaiian culture. So if you listen to the first CD, you can hear the two, the song Drop the Bomb about going out and partying and knocking the booty and all this kind of stuff. But then you get songs like Onipa'a, and so, but then you listen to our second CD, you can see us growing more in the culture and more with what we are living with today. And a lot of that has to do with the people we meet doing the shows. It's like we can go to a club, like sisters know, we went to Liquids a couple weeks ago. We did a show over there and was raging, but wasn't the type of show where I would come and do in front of you folks, because those kind of shows is easy to do. It's easy to get the people, dancing and everything. But when you do a show for preschool, when you do a show for a ho'omau event, when you do a show for a march at the palace, you gotta spread your message. You gotta spread your mana'o. And our manager always says that we are not entertainers spreading a message. We are messengers trying to spread our message in an entertaining fashion. So hopefully we do that. And the thing that really makes us feel good, I got a mahalo, is just asking me or asking us to do functions like this, to have articles written about us in the papers, to hear our song on the radio, to be asked to do shows. For us, we've been doing this for 5 years, and we don't expect it, you know what I mean? We don't expect to be asked to do it. And when we do, we cannot express the mahalo and the gratitude we have. That's why I feel like a small fish in a big pond, because I come to shows and I'm doing shows with Kili'i Rachel, with Willie K and Amy, and I cannot believe it. And then, sometimes we close the show and they're like, now they ask me for, talk last or later, and make me feel good. But then sometimes I wonder if they just like us do clean up music, because it's just singing and the guy's on the stage with his group. But whenever people want us there, especially for the immersion school program, especially for anything to do with the language, anything to do with the culture, we're there. And we feel bad that people got to pay for fly us up. So we try and tie in, if we're going to be here Saturday, we go come Sunday, so you guys don't need to pay. But sometimes you just got to. But we feel bad about that. But the thing is, when we do shows like at clubs and at concerts, feel good. But then when we do shows like at the ho'omau and for preschool, just visiting the preschool, it brings us back to reality. It shows us, brothers, this is why you guys doing you guys music. Not for the girls yelling in the front, not for, this is why you guys do your music. and that's the only time I get teary-eyed, and is when we go to preschool and to preschools and to elementaries and high schools and do motivation sessions. And these kids raise their hand and they tell us, oh, I wish I was Hawaiian, or I wish I knew Hawaiian. To me, it's like, if I died now, well, I hope somebody would call 911, but if I died, any day now, at least I can say that I left a little piece of something that people can listen to and say, oh, and at least one person wanted to learn the language because of that. And to that boy who said that he wanted to be Hawaiian, I told him, and we say this at every show, you gotta be proud of who you are and what you are, okay? You cannot, this is Hawaii, you gotta remember that. But some people say, oh, you guys prejudiced because you guys only talk about Hawaiian. Well, too bad, that's what I know and that's what I feel. I'm not saying I'm better than you, nobody's better than anybody. But we got to remember where we are and where we're from. And no matter, because like I said, Hawaiian, Portuguese, I know I pulled a Portuguese, Puerto Rican, Irish, and I'm proud of all of that, And people come to me and say, you guys anti-American. And so what? No. And I tell them, I said, okay, if you look at the global perspective, America is, you got to admit, it's a good country. Compared to some of the countries, it's a good country. But you cannot forget what happened that made America the country it is, where it was in the beginning before they came. And to say that, you can say you're proud to be American, that's good. Okay, if you feel that way, go ahead. But if you do, you're only giving yourself 400 to 500 years of history. Okay? And everybody has way more history than that. Whether you're Japanese, Czechoslovakian, Mongol, whatever, Irish, Polish, Jewish, anything, you have history. And every culture has beautiful stuff about it and has not so beautiful stuff about it. So you got to look beyond that and look at yourself, look at your race and your culture, and know that that's what you are and be proud of that. And look back thousands of years, you know, instead of just 500 years. Look back at that and be proud. And, okay, wait. Okay. You know, Amy took most of my jokes. I think the main, or one of the most, I say, privileges that we have as a group, besides meeting and the people that we have met over the years, is being able to meet musicians and work with musicians that some of them I grew up listening to. Some of them came out later when I was already grown up, and never thinking that, you know, I go concerts like, wow, shaka to them, they shaka back, wow, you shaka at me. It's like, never thinking that I would meet these people. And doing this music is like, especially the second CD, I remember we had a song we wanted to do. We was going, you know, you guys know what the word sampling means? It's like, that's what rap music does. It takes like, Super Freak, Rick James, dun, 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 dun. You take that, you sample it. That's what MC Hammer did, and dun, dun, dun. You can't touch this. You sample music. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to sample Kili Raichel. You know, his doom, 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 doom. We wanted to sample that, go and rap beat to him and do something. So Kwai Chang, our manager, said, call him up. And I was like, bro, I ain't calling up Kili Raichel. You crazy. So anyway, I called him up. I was like, oh, bro. It's worse than calling up your own girl for the first time. I was like, hey, speak to Kili. Speaking. I was like, bro, I know you don't know me, but anyway, I talked to him, and I talked to brother for about an hour. He was the coolest guy. And he said, okay, to make a long story short, well, too late. You know, it's Portuguese. We go straight to the point, no matter how long it takes. He said that he would let us do it. So we got more brave. He was like, bro, we'll tell him sing on the CD. So I said, okay, you ask him. I was like, bro. So I told Kwai Chang call. So Kwai Chang called. He listened to some of the stuff we did, and he said that the reason he would do it was because he felt that we were doing something positive for the language. If anything that would help people learn the language, he would do. So he showed up in the studio. He was all nervous. He did his thing as professional as he could, as a professional that he is, and we couldn't thank him enough. And then we decided to get up the guts and call Willie K. And that was even more gutsy because we called him in the morning. We wanted him to do something. We heard he was in Honolulu, so I said, call him. So we called him in the morning. Kwai Chang called him. Say, Uncle Willie. So who is? Like it's his uncle, you know. Oh, it's Kwai Chang. So whatever. And he asked him. So this is Kwai Chang's version. So I don't know. Maybe Willie or another version. So he asked him, and then Willie said, okay, just tell me what time he'd be there. So Willie showed up. And I was like, bruh, okay, we get this song. Play guitar on him because you're bad on the guitar. Play on him. And then we just let you know if it's good, we let you know if it's, what we wanted. By the way, and in one take, he's like, how's that? I was like, bro, it's perfect. She said, okay, I'll go do this on him. I said, okay. So he got up and he was like, bro, like asking for sing. So he got up, he said, hey, just let me sing. I said, shoot. So we had to finish some vocals first. So he went outside. I don't know, so it was done with our vocals. And we said, okay, somebody go call Willie. So okay, so he went outside. Brother had on spear about this long, like a Japanese spear. He was doing some kind of martial arts. I guess he was practicing. And I was like, oh, we ready? So he went in, did his thing, and left. And when he left, we was trying to be professional when they was there. When all these musicians did this stuff with us, we was trying to be professional. But when they left, we was jumping around like kids because it was like, hey, bro, this song is bad. Because, we had help with them from these people. But anyway, to make a longer story shorter, to be able to do shows with these people, and now some of them, most of them, call them friends, is like the biggest honor to us. And the people at the radio stations and people that, it's like I think back and it's like I would never have the opportunity to see these people. I probably wouldn't have even seen this building if it wasn't for the fact that we're doing our music and people, support us. There's also negatives to it. I'm going to go over like maybe one of the songs before I pause, but there's also negatives to doing what we do. And my dad was expressing that negative concern to me. And it really hit close to home in our group. Not to go into detail, but it really hit close to home with us. And it's like when you do this kind of thing, you get involved with elements that's not really pono. And if anybody, what I always tell people, if anybody wants to do this, if any of the keiki wants to get up and be a performer, be an entertainer, you gotta be true to yourself, believe in what you say, and don't let the negative parts take you down. Because you take one glass clean water, you take one glass dirty water, you put them together, you get dirty water, right? So what you gotta do is really try and be pono, and the way to do that is just know yourself, try and be, pono, try and treat everybody with the same respect that you have, that you expect to be treated with. And, it's like before days, like what you were saying earlier, Hawaiians was always willing to shake hands, and that's what happened. That's the reason what happened was because Hawaiians was like just olu olu, and they shook hands, accepted, and then next thing you know, we got stabbed in the back. But nowadays, what our mana'o is you extend the hand, you be olu olu, you treat everybody with the concern and the kindness that you want to be treated with. But at the same time, you get your other hand back here ready. Okay, just in case, because we're not going to go through the same thing twice. Okay. So I'm going to I guess before I close, I'm going to go over a couple of the songs that we wrote that has special meaning to me, that was inspired by doing this kind of events. And one of them on our first CD was a song called Onipa'a. And that was the motto of our queen. And it means to stand firm, to stand fast. Whatever you feel is right. If you're not hurting, just no hana ino nobody. But you stand firm in your belief and know that nobody push you around. Okay. And then the other song is off our second CD, song called Ku'e. And I like to mahalo Auntie Haunani Trask. She the one gave us the idea. We did a show over here, and she's over there, Ku'e, Ku'e. And I was like, eh. Made me think of that, that Chain Gang song. That's the sound of the man working on the chain. And it was like, ooh, ah. So I was like, eh, what if we go ku, eh? And I was like, oh, okay. Then we decided to make a song out of that. Then when we made our whole song, it was like, hey, why don't we just name the CD Ku'e? So we mahalo her for that. And we feel that right now, that's a perfect mana'o for us. Because that's how we feel. People say, why are you rapping Hawaiian? Because I can. Why you do this? Because I like. Hawaiian time don't mean Hawaiians is late. Hawaiian time means whenever Hawaiians feel like coming. So, that's what I think. And another thing is, some of you may not agree with me. I always hear people say, because I gotta say I spoiled. I sit in my car, I roast, I gotta have AC, But I also love working in the lo'i and doing what we as a people did and what we as a people should be doing now and remembering. But I'm also spoiled. And people, people come to me and say, what, bruh? Hawaiians never have AC back in those days. Hawaiians never have cars back in those days. I tell them, bruh, Hawaiians not dumb. If Hawaiians had AC, they would use AC. You know what I mean? So just because of that, what? So you guys hear me that good right now? You guys hear me that good right now? Okay, I know I loud already. If that's the case, we don't need words like kamepula. We don't need words like ka'a. We don't need words like mokulele, because that's all Hawaiian words for modern things. We as a people must be ahead of the time so we don't get messed up again, but we cannot forget where we came from. There's an Indian saying that says, we're not inheriting the land from our parents, we're borrowing it from our kids. Okay? So in other words, you malama what you get, you know, you learn, you know, that's why I like learn Japanese, because you gotta know what they're saying, you know. To get off the subject, you know, people put us up, you know, I don't care where we stay. You fly us up, put us up, I don't care, as long as we get roof over our head. Sometimes you put us up in nice hotels. We walk in there, people look at us like, wow. You know, and especially if we get uniform on, they let us park their car. So I go, hey, you know, I'm not one for pass up a $5 tip. But brother not gonna find his car. So we was at the Ritz-Carlton on Maui. This is another story. So we walk in, we was hungry, right? So we bought groceries, we went to the place, we never like go out to eat. We walk in, brothers is in ties, tuxedos, the ladies on the piano, you know. The first time I saw your face, all that kind. And we come walking in with, you know, the gold stuff for carry luggage. We had Safeway bags hanging with, with bread, mayonnaise. They thought it was housekeeping. So, you know, I just boss on my key. I say, can you take this up to room 302, please? But anyway, this is off the subject. Okay. I'm going to just say one verse from a song called Ku'e that's on our CD now. And it's my verse. And the thing with rap music is you got to write your own, because everybody has their own style. You know, I could rap what other guys rap. They could rap what I rap, but it would be hard. So you got to rap your own style. So my verse from Ku'e starts with, it's talking to people who's talking negative against us, talking negative against the Hawaiian people. Okay, it goes, you hear the message in our music, but you cannot handle. You want to shut us up, so you start screaming scandal. You say we're fighting for no reason and that we only fail. Well, if intelligence is a crime, then I belong in jail. No more watching the world go by, my friend. Somebody gonna die if I see my tutu cry again. Hawaiian man, Hawaiian land, I rap therefore I am. And if you ask me why I rap Hawaiian, then I tell you because I can. You cannot understand, so you start dissing. Okay, dissing is a word, take it from the hip-hop lingo, it means disrespecting. Okay. You cannot understand, so you start dissing. The last person that tried to shut me up is still missing. I'm not gonna go into that. This is our land, so tell me, why must we pay rent? If I happen to ignore you, it's because you're ignorant. Pidgin is the dialect that I select when I talk. Hiki a oi ke olelo Hawai'i, but tell me, can you walk the walk? You say library, I say library, I tell you why. I call it the library because that's where they bury all the lies. Okay. This is talking about those books that was from before. The books they have now that Sisters is writing, that's the books you guys gotta read. Okay. Bury all the lies. Okay. But they bury all the... I gotta sing it to myself. You can't believe everything you read. The words of our kupuna is all you really need. Then you tell me that I'm arrogant because I call you ignorant when it's apparent that you're blaming me for your stupidity when you should blame your parents. Okay, this next word is from Brother Kapali guys out in Molokai. These guys, they were saying these words that I just thought was funny about tourists. They said, pilgrims. Okay, wait, David. Pilgrims, that's the way it is. Not prejudice, I'm just telling it like it is. And my words upset your belly just like indigestion, to snap or not to snap, that is the question. That's my verse for Ku'e. And then it goes into other verses and other choruses. But I'd just like to say once again, mahalo to you guys have no idea what this means to me. The brothers, I was taking notes on this, so don't think I was rude. Brother said you gotta take notes and bring them back because we're working on our third CD, and what we do is we take the mana'o that you guys give us. Right now we're working on, you know, I gotta plug a little bit. We became a label, you know, people never thought we could do it. Now we're our own record label. We produce J. Moki Cho, and we're working with the Sisters of Tenderoni, and we're gonna work on our CD next. So check them out pretty soon. Oh, and one more thing, the cover of the last CD, you guys saw the cover. It had us three pulling, you know the Iwo Jima statue? That, you know, putting up the American flag in Iwo Jima. what we did was we took that and we was putting up a Hawaiian flag, and we felt that, you know, if they can take stuff from us, we can take stuff from them. And, you know, no disrespect to people who died in the war, because my dad was platoon sergeant. He went to the army, and, you know, we got to respect those guys. But I say, if you're going to go fight for Uncle Sam, you go fight for somebody else's country, you make sure you get as much as you can before you come back. So when the next CD cover come out, you know, with the same Manoa, I'm not going to say too much, but check them out. And before that, before I go, I'd like to help you. You know, if you guys like help me, you guys can help me out a little bit. Can? Okay. I'm going, you know, everybody and sing, and, you know, like I said, so I'm going to do and rap. Okay. But I need you guys' help. Okay. When I say I'll do Onipa'a, and when I say Onipa'a, you guys can help me out. Okay. And then the ending part, when I say Hawaiian, I like you guys just yell them out with me, the word Hawaiian, okay? No shame now. Makua, it's a chance for be louder than your kids. Okay. Okay, makoko. Okay. Listen up, because my words are golden. We're living on the very land that was stolen. The First Amendment is the freedom of speech. But what can we be saying when they're stealing our beach? Oh, say, can you see? America's a thief. I don't talk much, so I'll make this brief. Don't call it treason. We don't need a reason. Funky lyrics from 3 funky Polynesians. Okay, I said funky now. Because couple kupuna before said, you know, you guys don't swear. You guys should have. And I said, it's F-U-N-K-Y, P-H-U-N-K-Y, how do you like spell it? So. Brothers who won't take no for an answer, hotels on the island spreading like cancer. Hawaiians, we're all on the same side. Together we can overcome any form of genocide. Unite, perpetuate the race. Locals fighting locals is a damn disgrace. To live for the future, remember the past. Onipa'a, stand firm, Onipa'a, stand fast. Say, oh, Nipa'a, oh, Nipa'a. 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 I speak Hawaiian so that the man don't understand, not knowing that the plan is to take back the land that was stolen 100 years ago. Kawili boys, local boys decided to rush, ho, here's a jack, a crack, don't call me back. You know, we're supposed to get my boys up here, ho. Don't call me black. Don't call me black. Okay, say, oh, Nipa'a, oh, Nipa'a. Say, oh, Nipa'a, oh, Nipa'a. O kia ka mo'olelo piliana I ka aina, he mo'olelo kia make ka naka ka ma'aina a hapuna. Maki au e hele, a ka ua ike kahi vai o ke leo le au, maki I ki uma pili kia hakaka. Oi mahopo koino ana I ka pia, pono oia no ono, mai hana pupule, e hele I ke kula a me ka hale pule. Ho'ohui ma ho'olohi ke au puni. Maki laka wiki kahi ala nui, I he o mao ahu, ua lohi au, mahope o ka wahi ana I ka hei au. Hewa loa ke lai ho'olohi amako, malama kaina malama ka poe, malama yakako. Mai namu vale, no ka mea eha, e hana liki me ke li, o ka meha. E ha'i a ma'a, e ha'i a pa'a, e ha'i I kuhu o lelo, o Nipa'a. Say, oh, Nipa'a, oh, Nipa'a. Say, oh, Nipa'a, oh, Nipa'a. Well, they may not like what we say, but it's real. We say what we want, we say what we feel. Fighting for the land when other people want to buy it, try it. Remember the LA riots? I can't help myself, I gotta do what I can to protect myself with the power of the land flowing through my veins. Hawaiians once again shall reign. By any means necessary, said one brother. Hawaiians say sovereignty one way or another. My blood, Hawaiian. My life, Hawaiian. Was born, Hawaiian. Will die, Hawaiian. My blood, Hawaiian. My life, Hawaiian. Was born, Hawaiian. Will die. Hawaiian. Mahalo.
And he said he was shy. You know, I thought I knew all you guys. I guess I don't. I'd like to mahalo Keala again for that. If I knew this night was going to be so entertaining, I would have charged admission.